Alrighty then. So we played through Dungeon Keeper 2. Now it is time for Dungeon Keeper 3 with ants. New game. Body color blue. Calling a name. Rent. That's Krendar ant. Welcome to your formicarium.
Ah, I see the Queen has taken well to her new home.
It's fascinating. She has already started to spawn.
Lewd.
Incredible, really, that we found such a healthy specimen.
How long until we can expect to see interspecies polymorphism?
We should be patient and allow the colony to grow first. I've placed food nearby. Then we will introduce the Formica fusca and observe their reaction.
Excellent. Keep me updated on their progress.
So as I understand it, this is based on a type of ant that they made up for the game called the Formica ereptor.
Come on now, my little ants. You need space to grow.
Which take on... They're talking about interspecies polymorphism because they take on traits from other types of ants. So I don't think that's a real thing, but the other types of ants that they mimic will be real things. So we have two stages to this game. We've got this, which is basically our home base.
I have provided them with food.
And then we
few
do
centimeters south of the Queen, but they don't seem to be interested.
More formal stages
To collect food, then we will have
where they
to
learn
replace the colony in
to mimic other things, such as...
Such a terrible waste.
Oh, you stop whining. I just haven't done anything yet. So we're going to learn to be black ants.
This Formica Fusca Queen has set up home beneath a rotting log. She is fat and vulnerable. Her first brood will need to move quickly if the colony is to survive. Their priority now is to find food, and there is plenty around.
Eat those grubs. Num 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 num.
Down here. The workers will need to be vigilant.
So these green things are sources of food, and the red exclamation points are danger.
A pocket of woodworm. These defenseless weevil larvae will make an excellent meal for the colony. They will be butchered and carried off for processing.
So you automatically get 7 worker ants. And beyond that, we will need to assign more. Which I think I will do over here. Okay. So let's see. Ant menu. So we can make more worker ants or soldier ants, which is what we're going to do. Also, we can make more food storage tiles. Which I think let's do over here. So we buy everything with food instead of with gold. And also spawning new ants if some die also costs food. And that's what these numbers here, they're telling us the food value of these dead grubs that our workers killed. Workers aren't strong, but grubs don't fight back. They're just little grubs. Alright. We got 3 soldier ants now. Let's give them something they can do. Remove hat, Larson. We just started. Although it is a bit warm, so, you know. Thank you. I'm gonna get a heat stroke. Well, that's the only kind of stroke I'm getting these days. Heyo. Hydrate. Well, if you insist. Not a sponsor, but could be. Alright. So the way our hatchery tiles here work is the queen lays some eggs. The workers carry them over here. Then they hatch into our new ants. And then new eggs get brought over, but the new egg won't hatch until the original ant dies. Like this tile in the middle, that's one of my active ants. If that active ant dies, this will hatch into another replacement, and then a new egg gets carried over. So the number of these I'm putting down determines the number of ants I can have at a time. So I've got, right now, 6, and therefore 6. Alright, I got 6 soldier ants. We can start fighting some stuff. Let's start down here. Dig! Dig, my pretties. Alright, soldier ants, you go here. Get him!
The workers have uncovered carnivorous larvae of Ocypus olens, the devil's coach horse. They are born ready for combat.
Strange name.
With powerful slicing mandibles for chopping up their prey.
Fun name, though.
They are still small, however, and must undergo a final pupation before their armor is fully developed. If the ants are fast, they should be able to overwhelm these critters.
Then get 2 more ants. You couldn't even see the logo on that? It's Dr. Pepper Zero. Do you guys have Dr. Pepper up in the Northway? Alright, let's do this bit. You know what? I'm just going to dig out all of this because... Fuck it, that's why. Yes, but it's very niche. Dr. Pepper in general or the Zero variety? Which one are you oohing?
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae
So if you're
must be
oohing
protected.
general Dr. Pepper, then we might have to fight.
If the ants had disturbed the adult of these larvae, the outcome for the colony may not have been so fortunate. They must expand with caution. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
They're saying that because I don't have enough food to spawn one of the people I need to spawn right now. So to lay down a black ant soldier tile, we need 50 food to create the hatchery space, but then 5 food to actually hatch an ant. So if one of them dies, we lose 5 food, and then we get another one. But thankfully, the replacement will be automatic, so that's nice. Did they ever play any of the Dungeons games? Yeah, I played Dungeons, I played all the way through Dungeons 1, 2, and I think 3.
Predators are loose in the nest.
I played 4, but I didn't really like it, so I gave up on it pretty quickly. 1 and 2 were pretty good, though.
These wood lice will make a significant addition to the colony's larders, but they are clinging tightly to the ground. It's going to take some effort to dislodge them.
So they also don't fight back, but they have that... They cling to the ground as like a defensive stance. Alright, let's see. One more there. Yeah, the comedy writing was painfully bad. The annoying parts of the game were starting to become more prominent in 3. I would say, if you enjoyed 3 overall, play 1 and 2. They have a bunch of the neat stuff from 3, but less of the cringe comedy. Not 0, but a bit less. Okay, so now that I've built all this up, you want to have this to be a roughly hexagonal shape. This isn't perfect, but it's maybe close enough. Because you can upgrade the tiles. Upgrading a tile requires that it be surrounded by other tiles. So, as you can see here, upgrading a tile to level 2 requires 6 upgrade points, which it gets from having either walls or other tiles next to it. So these all have 6 out of 6. We can upgrade all of them. It costs the same as placing it in the first place, but it makes the ants stronger. And in the case of food storage, makes the food storage store more food. Let's see. Let's go in here first, because there's nothing to fight immediately. Yeah, I'm a turtler at heart too, Larson. But generally you could go out, you could do your forays out into the overworld in dungeons. At times when it was relatively safe. You just had to judge when that was. Also, this game has that. On this stage, we don't have to go to the overworld. Or above ground. But every stage after this, we will have to. Which is actually kind of fun, because they set up some interesting scenarios. Okay. Okay. I can upgrade the food tiles at least once each. But okay, so now that these are level 2, to get to level 6 they need 12 upgrade points. But level 2 tiles are worth 2 points instead of 1. So, if I can get all of these to level 2, then I can put the middle ones to level 3. But I'm out of food now. I could probably handle whatever this is now.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Get them. There's no reason for me to need to take these out. I just feel like it. Eat them up. Now, I don't know if this is a real world thing, but the ants will eat any enemies they defeat except for other ants. I don't know if ants avoid cannibalism in real life, but they do in the game. Okay, let's see. What can we nom up next? How about here?
There are intruders in the nest.
Not for long. Oh, I think they ate one of the workers. Oh well. I like some of these little details, like the roots sticking down through the walls here. That's pretty neat.
There are intruders in the nest.
Eat them. Delicious. Delicious intruders. Alright, I think I'm just gonna get as many guys to level 2 first.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
Not for long. New food's coming right up. A million cannibal ants have been unleashed from a nuclear bunker in Poland. I'm sure that's true. Question is, though, when the news posts something like that, do they mean ants that will eat each other or ants that will eat people? Because some people, when they say cannibals, they mean they're referencing the act of eating people. Whereas I've always seen the term as meaning a species that eats others of its own species. Which I think is the correct definition, but I don't know for sure. Anyway, the workers will actually harvest food faster, but I don't know if they'll actually come out here to get it normally. On their own, I mean. And I'm too lazy to order them to do it. Alright, level 3 ant. Go! But you can also have your soldiers gather food. They're not as efficient at it, but that's okay. They weren't doing anything else at that particular moment anyway. Also, I'm not 100% sure if when I upgrade the tiles, does the ant that I already have that came from that tile get upgraded immediately, or
Predators are loose in the nest.
do I have to wait for that ant to die and be
They must
replaced
be
with an
protected.
improvement? I don't know. We'll definitely have to hang on to that link, though. Thank you, Larson. A bunch of ants became trapped inside a bunker and only survived off other worker ants falling into the bunker. Okay. So the proper definition of cannibal in this case. It's amazing that enough ants fell in there to manage to keep them fed. Alright. Let me see. Which option is more dangerous or less dangerous? It's getting hard to judge at this point. And probably less important, to be honest. Alright, so we can't upgrade these guys because they're not going to have enough points. Once these get upgraded, these two will become upgradable, and then those ones probably will be too. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. 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 And boop. Okay, we're both out of food and out of upgradable tiles. I could dig out more and create more, but It doesn't look like we're going to need it. We're almost done the map. Alright. So this has more stuff. Oh, they got a couple of really big exclamation points in there, because that makes a difference. Okay, let's go in here first. Doop. You tried out the demo for Path of the Goddess? Nice. You know what? I'm going to leave the hat off. It is a bit warm in here. The air conditioning's not as strong as it should be lately for some reason.
There are intruders in the nest.
Yeah, I enjoyed Kanitsugami, Path of the Goddess. I would have bought it as well if it hadn't been on Game Pass. If they ever put out a DLC with more levels, I would probably get that. Let's smooth these edges out because I'm weird like that.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Get in there. So I can create different control groups if I wanted to. These ones on the far left are just like the home base guys. They do the upgrades and the ferrying of eggs and stuff. But if I wanted to, I could assign them to one of these other control groups and then give them manual orders. But I don't feel like it. They could help with the gathering of food, but we got it pretty much under control. It's fine. Oh, they're also the ones that do the digging orders if they're on the far left here as well. You know what? I'm going to get rid of this to create more fighting room. You know what? Our food storage is full, but we can upgrade a little bit of that anyway. You know what? Let's sell this tile. And this tile. Build a little bit more ants. Right. Oh, that's right, because I upgraded them. The sell icon is interesting. It's like a downgrade icon. If you've upgraded something to level 2, you have to sell it twice, basically. Because maybe you don't want to get rid of it. Maybe you just want to downgrade it. So, Larson, how many levels were in the demo for Kanitsugami? I was going to play the demo, but I ended up not playing it because I saw that it was coming out on Game Pass. So I just installed it on Game Pass and played the full thing. So I don't know how many stages are in the demo. 3, 4 if you count the boss. Okay.
There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
So that goes up to the dark cave with the lamps then, right? I assume you're not counting the tutorial?
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
2 adult coach horses.
The ants have stumbled into the path of a fully developed devil's
most of my guys are
beetle, and it's hungry for breakfast.
back here.
The beetle is almost 4 times the size of a black ant, and protected by thick plates of external armor. Whilst it bites,
I could have been a little bit.
It sprays foul-smelling secretions from the end of its raised abdomen, disorientating the ants.
So it sharts on us, is what you're telling me. I could have been a little bit more tactical about this.
The devil's coach horse is dead.
And not had my guys running food during the fight, but oh well.
New brood.
That's okay.
This Formica Fusca colony has now established itself as a rising power in the Undergrowth. Soon their territory will need to expand above ground, where new challenges await. For the time being, however, the Queen is safe.
Last one was wondering if you have to choose between splitting the road. Maybe they didn't do the stage order in the normal way. Okay, so we have to choose a reward here. This refers back to our home base, the Formicarium, as it says. So, while we need food, of course, we're also limited to how much territory we can have, which is how many hexes we're allowed to dig out. That's a limitation that we're given. And there's also something called Royal Jelly, which is like a global upgrade points system, which I think is the most important of the three. So I'm going to take extra Royal Jelly. Not that it makes a massive difference. Like we're talking about 35 versus 27 or 88 versus 68, but still I will take that. End level. Isn't Royal Jelly more of a bee thing? Yes. Although I don't know if ants actually have it too or not, but I've only ever heard the term with bees before. But what do I know? I'm not a marine biologist.
How is the colony progressing?
The Queen is exhibiting interesting new behaviors. I believe the colony is beginning to adapt.
So now, we have a bunch of food available, but we have to go to the surface to get it. Also, here's where we spend our Royal Jelly. So now that we've played the Black Ant level,
expand their territory.
Excellent news.
We can spend 75 jelly to unlock the Black Ant for our Gene Thief ants. And there are some other upgrades we can get for them, but we can't afford them after having spent that. But okay, here's the surface, and here is where the food got dropped. Basically, whenever we do a stage, the scientists drop some seeds into the Formicarium for us. A whole lot, actually. I'm going to put some food storage right here. Either way, they needed some sort of upgrade. They needed some sort of upgrade currency, and they had to have it be something that would actually somewhat make sense scientifically. Like they could have just called it mutagen or something, but then we're going into science fiction. Tell me the game ends with your colony breaking out and wreaking havoc on the scientists. I actually have not beaten this game, so I don't know. That would be cool though. Okay, they won't actually form these things until I put them back in the home group, though. So I'm just going to let them form, collect a few more. Also, I don't know what's up with this weird ant colony entrance thing they've done. Like, this is not the traditional anthill. I don't know what's up with that. Okay, let's assign them back, and now let's see. Let's build it over. Actually, wait. 1, 2. There's my little hex. Double space it, and boom. Well, I'm familiar with Deadly Creatures. I've heard of it. I have not played it.
The Reptor workers have raised their first Formica fusca ant.
Finally, we have the opportunity to observe multiple species within the same colony.
Yeah, I've still got that marker there, so I don't need to give them the order again. Does anybody I move into this column down here will automatically do whatever this is. And I can press this button to remove it. Also, I have two options when it comes to building more of the ants. I can just keep expanding this, dig out more if I want, or I can make a separate hatchery that's not touching this one, and then there'll be two different groups down here if I wanted to assign them different orders. Which I'm lazy and I don't want to, but I could. It's an option that people have. If that's something you want to do while you're playing this, if you want to play this for yourself, then that's an option you have. So what happens with this here, with the reason we're building up the Formicarium here, is after we've done this, these levels are locked until we do the first experiment. This is a gateway mission. What that means, we could do this now, but it would be a bad idea. If I choose to do the first experiment, what happens is they will take another Formicarium and connect it to ours and send those ants in to invade our nest, our colony, to test to see whether or not we can repel them. Just test our strumph, you might say. And we are not currently strumph enough. We're going to need to do the other stage first to get more food and more jelly. Deadly creatures, you play a scorpion and a tarantula in turns, and they're just doing scorpion and tarantula things. And by sheer coincidence, a gritty human story of greed and betrayal is happening in the background. I believe I watched Game Grumps play that, actually. Because that sounds familiar. So I'm just going to build up for a bit until I have finished gobbling up this food. And then we'll do the other stage. We gotta prepare. You're not sure they finished it? I don't remember. I certainly don't remember them turning on any humans, but it's been a while. I don't remember a lot about the game. Other than it being fairly janky and them having a good giggle over it, which is what they do. I like to put my food storage close to the entrance to the colony, so they don't have to go so far. Logistical efficiency and all that. That's right, I have to unlock upgrades for them. Alright, let's put some speed tiles down here. So speed tiles are just flooring that the ants will be able to run over faster. You know what, let's expand this a bit. Yeah, the scorpion was basically Kratos. More or less. So now when they run back and forth to the queen to get eggs, they will be a little bit faster, at least on these spots here. I'm going to leave those walls there to make this be able to upgrade better later. What does it cost me to be able to... 15 jelly. I'm 2 jelly short. Which makes me quite jelly. Alright, put the workers back on. Actually, you know what? Workers, you be in group 2 for a second. Because there's a couple of grubs laying around here that we can't allow to continue. Formica rufa, I believe that's... Is that one of the other colonies, or is that supposed to be us? No, we're a Reptor. Rufa, I believe... Yeah, Formica a Reptor, that's us. So Rufa is the other one that we're going to have to fight as the experiment. And Fusca. Fusca, I think, is the black ants. So a Rufa, I think, might be... Is that wood ants? I don't remember. Food stores are full. Can I upgrade the food stores at least? Yes. These are like 5 food each, so I don't mind doing this. It feels weird to see an anthill that isn't made from pine and fern needles. Is that something they do up there? That's weird. Oops. Didn't mean to cancel this one. That's alright. Alright, I'm gonna save this food for upgrading after I've unlocked upgrades. Alright, I don't need the worker ants anymore in this group. You can do your upgrades. Yeah, over here, the anthills are just sand, or just dirt. I don't know why it looks like this in this game. Is this something they do in other countries? I don't know. Why is it like a triple thing? I don't understand. I don't know what country the developers of this game are from. The voice acting of the scientists sounds British, but that doesn't mean the developers are, necessarily. Alright, next mission. Subjugation. I think this one is entirely underground too, actually. But it's tier 2 when we start going outside. Okay, let's see.
This Formica Fusca Black Ant Queen has given birth to her first brood. While the workers establish their new territory in the earth...
Here, have birth!
A nearby colony of Formica sanguinea slave maker ants are on the lookout for would-be victims. These ants specialize in stealing larvae from neighboring nests and raising them as their own. If the black ant colony isn't prepared for the inevitable incursion, they may be wiped out entirely.
There are some unique dangers in this one. One of which he just talked about.
Formica sanguinea are not the only danger for the fledgling colony. There is something even more sinister nearby, lurking in the darkness.
which is these. There's a number of spots where you'll see a little tunnel with an exclamation point at the end, and a trail of food in front of that. Like here, here, here. Those are little spiders. And this tunnel will be lined with webs that slow our guys down, so they'll just keep jumping out and eating us. So I need to beef myself up a bit so that I can actually be strong enough to fight those before I can go anywhere, because they're blocking off all my exits. I'm not sure if I can get to this food without triggering this. Maybe. Maybe not. But we also have to deal with occasional invasions from those other ants. Those other ants that Mama warned you about. They're going to be coming in from up here, so I don't think I want to build anything up here, because they're going to want to try and steal my larva. Yeah, okay. Alright, now it's time to take a risk. I'm not sure if I got enough ants to kill one of the spiders yet, but I'm gonna see if I can get this food up here. Without triggering this little fucker. Yes, I can. Okay, good. I like the music. I don't usually hear it this well when it's on speaker. Just plucking at the little strings a little bit there. Boop, 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 boop. You know what? This is going to be a weird choice, but I'm going to put a food storage thing here. Because if I put a blank ant tile there,
the colony is starving.
It's going to be stuck at level 1. Alright, I think it's time to fight a spider once my 3 additional guys hatch. But also, we're probably going to get invaded soon. So I need to be ready for that too. Let's start down here, because I want to expand this. Well, I can't wait for the guys to hatch because I don't have food for it.
Sigistria florentina, a funnel-web spider. She is large, fast, and equipped with a deep, powerful bite.
Oh,
Her
wait,
lair is
hold on.
carpeted by sheets of
Do not
silk
gather
woven
food.
between tripwires
Just fight.
that radiate out from the entrance. She can detect even the slightest vibrations with her sensitive legs. Any ant that strays too close
Okay,
will
we
be
got her.
snapped away in the blink of an eye.
We got her. So you can turn off whether or not they will fight and whether or not they will gather food. Because there was food here and the spider was over here. I didn't want them grabbing this and going back and not being part of the fight.
A Sanguinius scout has sensed the presence of the black ants. A raid on the colony is now inevitable. The question remains as to whether they will merely pillage a generation of young, or wipe out the colony entirely. In the end, it will come down to the tenacity
That seems unwise.
of the defending ants.
Oh, they already grabbed one of my guys, these little sneaky little fuckers. Okay. Damn, that anthill is huge, Larson. What the fuck? Are your Norse ants part Jotun or what? Alright. Time for more battle. Let's do this one first. Alright, turn off food gathering.
There are intruders in the
Get her.
nest.
I mean, there are plenty of needles on the
By
forest
working
floor.
together, the ants have overwhelmed one of the funnel web spiders. She won't be causing any more trouble for the colony.
But,
Her
jeez,
sisters,
man.
however, still present a problem.
Oh, next raid. Okay. Get ready. It's defense time. Get him.
The raiding party has arrived. The
Look
slave
at this
makers
fucker
will
go.
head straight for the brood chambers. They must be stopped.
They're sneaky because some of them will tank. Some will fight us, and then some of them run in. So it's like they've got tanks distracting while the rogues
The
go in
raiding
and
party
thief.
was no match for the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe.
Sneaky
For
bastards.
now.
You know what? I'm going to turn the old spiderweb area into food storage for me because I feel like it. Alright. Actually, you know what? Turn food off again.
Predators are loose in the nest. The
Get her.
larvae must be protected.
I think if we rescue the grabbed ants
The colony
quickly
is
enough,
starving. There's not enough
they'll
food
survive.
to feed the new brood.
if I remember correctly. Oh, it slows them down though, so that's... oh well. Is there a cordyceps level? That would be interesting. Probably too dangerous though. I don't know how we'd overcome that. Like, we would have to have a way to actually beat that, right? But every stage does introduce something new. Like, once we get to Tier 2, we're going to be playing wood ants, and then you're going to have to deal with flooding. Okay. Time to prepare for the next raid.
The slave makers are back. They can sense larvae, and they want their share.
So yeah, when we defeat these ants, we can't use them as food, but we can use the spiders and other stuff as food. I feel like ants eating spiders is
Party was no match for
kind
the
of poetic in a
defenders.
way.
The brood remains safe.
Ants do have a containment protocol of a sort. If they sense an ant displaying symptoms, they carry it off far away from the colony. Damn it. Why are ants so smart? Actually, in the tier, I think it's 4 of this, you play fire ants, and they can make pontoons out of themselves to be like bridges over water. Ant boats. Nature's crazy. Did you know that? Alright. What are we going to fight next? I think here. To beat this thing, we're going to need to build a bunch of new workers as well, which is something I don't normally bother with, but
Predators are loose in the nest.
it's a requirement to beat the stage, so... There's also a leaf cutter ant section of the game, which is kind of interesting.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Oh shit. Raiders coming soon too. Hurry up and kill this ant. Or the spider. Die. Die, bitch. Okay. Now get back up here. It's time to defend. Just in time.
The slave
Beautiful.
makers are back. They can sense larvae, and they want their
Get 'em.
share.
Get thems. Die, you son of a bitch. No slaves for you today.
The raiding party was no match for the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe. For now.
Nomadic and linked together to turn themselves into an anthill during nighttime. Oh, army ants. They call that a bivouac, I think. When they form a sort of anthill out of their bodies. Gesundheit. Yes, exactly. You are learning my ways. Alright. Stop gathering food. As they once said in the DLC,
Predators are loose in the nest.
for the
larvae
game
must be
control,
protected.
it's spider time.
There are intruders in the nest.
Oh, look at all that got revealed. Crazy. Speaking of Remedy game DLCs, I recently played the Alan Wake 2 DLC. There's got to be a second one, but right now there's only the one. the Night Springs one, and holy shit, it was crazy. Which was expected, but still fun to see. Obviously, Rose the Waitress had the best mission in that game. That girl is fucking crazy. But fun. Playing Rose's mission was like... Imagine if she wrote a fanfic.
There is no respite from the
and then you played that fanfic.
Will subjugate.
Hi, Blas.
Exterminate.
Hey, who wrote a fanfic?
Oh, in theory. Did you ever seen the game Alan Wake 1 or 2?
Heard of it.
So there's a character in that game who is like you're playing the game as Alan Wake, who is a famous author.
For the valiant defenders. The brood remains safe.
And throughout the game, like in the first game, you go to this diner.
Yeah.
In this town that you're in, and the waitress that works there is like a crazy super mega fan of Alan Wake.
Of course.
Like obsessive level of fan.
Got it.
To the point of being delusional, right?
Yeah, sort of like Kathy Bates in Misery.
Not quite to that level. She's not evil or like she doesn't do anything to hurt him, but she is obsessed with him. And she got like a shrine to him in her house and stuff.
Of course.
So in the Alan Wake 2 DLC, there's a mission where you play as her. And the whole thing feels like as if she wrote a fanfic about going about her day and suddenly finding out that Alan Wake was in trouble and needed her help and how she rescues him.
Right.
Her DLC was like playing that mission. The whole thing is presented as a kind of what if.
Yeah.
It's 3 different missions that are all what ifs. Also, thank you for the resub.
Yep.
But yeah, Night Spring, within the Alan Wake universe, there's this TV show called Night Springs, which is very clearly a takeoff on the Twilight Zone.
Oh.
It's Twilight Zone with the serial numbers scraped off, kind of thing, you know. So basically, these DLC what if scenarios are like Twilight Zone episodes.
Yeah.
That are like if situations were different.
The slave makers are back. They can sense larvae, and they want their share.
Eat them. Oh yeah, go over there where there's hardly anything to grab. Dummies. Oh, that one almost got away, but he didn't. Haha, tackled him at the end zone. Oh, this guy got away, though. That's okay. That's okay.
The raiding party has left, and with them they have taken 10% of the Black Ant brood. The danger may be gone for now, but this truce is merely a formality.
Yeah, another one of the episodes they had was involved playing the character from Control. But in a altered version of her scenario.
Yeah.
So instead of going to the Federal Bureau of Control to find her missing brother, she goes to this amusement park called Coffee World, which is in a thing that's in Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
So in that case, that was more of a what-if scenario. Which is a smart way to do it, because in Control, she ends up getting a bunch of superpowers. And I was like, how are they going to have Alan Wake 2 gameplay, but with a character with superpowers?
Yeah.
The answer is they don't. They found a way to explain why she doesn't have her superpowers. Because this is an alternate scenario where she never got them. So that made sense. I was wondering how they were going to do that. Alright, let's see. We have one more wave to survive. Well, actually, I still survived the final wave. I don't know if the next wave is necessarily the final, but I've got my building requirements done.
Yep.
You know what? That's fun. Oh, no, never mind. I was about to go kill one more spider, but now I've got my here comes the next raid warning. Alright, guys, come and get it. Take my young as slaves. I don't think so. Also, that's crazy that we were talking earlier about how insanely smart ants are and how the hell did they learn these behaviors. So here's one of them. We keep getting raided by ants that are trying to take our young as slaves.
Makers are back.
Raid the picnic.
Sense larvae.
How the hell did ants figure out how to kidnap other ants and use them as slaves? Nature's crazy.
Yep.
Also, the fact that ants have zombie containment protocols.
Once again, the slave makers return to their nest with new black ant larvae to raise as their own. The raids will continue, but this Formica fusca colony has proved its capacity to endure and grow.
Yay.
Eventually, they will surpass their parasitic overseers, and the continued raids of the
Okay,
slave
somebody
makers will
posted
reduce
this on
to
social-
nothing more than a mere inconvenience for the great black ant empire.
Uh-huh.
Waiting for that scene to finish.
Yeah.
I put on social media just a big thing that says, "Do men still open doors?"
No, we walk through the wall
How
instead.
is the
Oh,
colony
thank you. You
progressing?
know, I said, hope they do. There'll be a lot of damaged doors and our noses.
I believe
Right?
the colony is beginning to adapt.
Larson is more interested in learning how ants learn to keep livestock and how to farm.
Hmm.
That's actually part of this game. When we get to tier 3, we'll be playing leafcutter ants, which are farmers. Have you heard about that stuff, Lara Blast?
Mm-mm.
So the leafcutter ants, they don't eat other bugs the way regular ants do. They're actually vegetarians, herbivores.
Oh yeah, I think yeah.
But they don't eat the leaves that they cut. They go and they cut leaves and they bring them back to their colony, and they lay them down and wait for them to start like deteriorating and decaying, and then they eat the mold that grows on the leaf. How did they figure that shit out? Ants are crazy.
Come on, how did man first know what thing they're supposed to what they're supposed to eat?
I mean, I think there's an instinctual level of just like people figure out like what they see something and it makes them hungry to look at it, or like their hunger gets triggered more. Like you just instinctually know what you want to eat to some degree, at least. Not necessarily what's safe to eat, but like, oh, that dead animal looks tasty or whatever, you know?
Yeah, you're talking about that thing at the Olympics.
Yeah, Larson says the leafcutter ants are Swedish. They don't eat the things; they wait for them to rot, and then they eat the rot. That's a rotting fish joke. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the thing your comment on Kai's stream about the whole thing of the Last Supper.
Oh yes.
Instead of celebration of the Feast of Dionysus. Yeah, but at the same time, the pose. Like everybody knows, like the way they were posed at the table in that picture, very reminiscent of
The Last Supper.
The paintings we know of the Last Supper.
It's true, but I think the post made a good point that the reason it's so familiar is because it's actually supposed to be the Feast of Dionysus, which was ripped off by the Last Supper.
Yeah, but how many people actually know that as the
very few. Like, I mean, I didn't know that.
To the percentage that knows that.
I mean, I knew that that's where the Last Supper came from, but I've never seen the original, so I didn't know what it was supposed to look like.
What I put in link dump for Kai in response to that was the Monty Python sketch of Michelangelo and the Last Supper.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's the Pope not happy about Michelangelo's painting the Last Supper because he's added a few things. Like, well, he mentioned there's 28 disciples in the painting.
Oh, okay, that sounds familiar. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know much about art, but I know what I like.
Yes, that one. Oh, man. I went and got my hair cut since I was at the mall. Went by the food court. Got me some Chinese food. And they got a new stand there. I am having my first ever milk tea.
Oh, that stuff's great.
Got the little bubbles in there. Like, first time ever having boba.
Oh, that's not even... Okay, that's not regular milk tea, but that is also a good thing.
Yeah. I got mango milk tea with the bubbles in it.
Oh, I love that.
And the first time I ever had these, I like little gummies.
Yeah, I believe it's tapioca balls.
Mm-hmm.
At least for most places it is.
But their texture and consistency reminds me of gummies.
A little bit. Slightly softer than gummies, but very reminiscent. Hey, Raisin. How's it going? Just what they ate and learn to become an agricultural society. Yeah, like maybe the leafcutter ants just found mold on the surface and figured out how it was forming.
Like how a man first learned to cook things.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's a bit different too, because I think for bugs it's a lot more instinctual, because I don't know how much actual, like, thinking bugs do, but there's that instinctual level of cunning, you know?
But it's like, another time I said, well, this food is good and all, but what if I was to set it over a fire?
Yeah, what if I burn it first? Alright, you know, I'm going to expand this a little bit more, because I need to be a bit stronger. And I'm going to need them later anyway. You hate the sensation of something physical in your drink, Larson? Well, you can order it without the, some places call it boba, some places call it pearls. I think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You can ask for it without that stuff.
I mean, that was an option, but I was like, okay, I've never had the bubbles before. I'll try them. Good.
Yeah, absolutely. You should.
And I like mango, so I knew I'd like that part of it.
Yeah, there's a place downtown here. I don't know if you guys have this joint. It's called company called Presso Tea.
Nope.
Their bubble tea is actually very expensive, but it is amazingly high quality. And once in a while, when I go to get one, they call it milky mango. So basically the same thing you had. But yeah, like getting a large drink there is like $9. It is very large though, but still, it's like expensive. Okay. I don't know for sure if I'm going to be strong enough to beat this. Plus, I can squeeze some more goodies out of this. So what this game does is they have challenge levels in a way. I can go back and replay a previous level. It says challenge mode is on because I've beaten this level on the normal way already. So if I play it again, I choose challenge mode, it will be like the map was before.
This Formica Fusca queen has set up home beneath a rotting
with an additional...
She is fat and vulnerable.
With some additional layers to it that make it harder
to survive. Their priority now is to find food, and there is plenty around. But there are other hungry creatures down here. The workers will need to be vigilant. The ants have encountered a pocket of woodworm. These defenseless weevil larvae
Larson, accidentally drinking
excellent
expired
meal
half-coagulated apple juice?
They will be
That's how people invented alcohol. Isn't it?
Unfortunately, the queen chose her colony's home.
Okay, not too much of a spoiler. Somebody showed a screenshot from the Deadpool Wolverine movie.
Oh, I'm going to see that tonight, actually. Yeah.
To 45
I'll see it tomorrow. I knew that. I already know who the trailer and other parts. He's supposed to be
masters of tunneling.
This is the whole
Frigates have had their
TVA
fill
and
of use
alternate
for the day,
timeline of that, like they
and are
put
now
in
on the
Loki.
hunt for protein-rich
Uh-huh.
invertebrates.
So it's like different
This
versions
queen
of
and her
Wolverine
brood
and
are in
Deadpool
imminent
throughout this
danger
movie. Well,
of
somebody
being
apparently the
devoured.
picture they're showing the, I guess, comic accurate Wolverine. Because
Okay.
you know, in the comics, he's only 5'3".
He's pretty small, yeah.
Yeah, so
Which is
basically
why Hugh
they're
Jackman
showing,
was a weird choice.
so like they're showing in the movie a comic accurate Wolverine, so short.
Awesome.
I've
I've been wondering who's playing him in the movie, actually.
Oh, it's Hugh Jackman. Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
you didn't see the initial teaser trailer.
I haven't seen
for it?
anything. I've seen nothing.
Oh, well, the very first teaser was where Ryan Reynolds was like trying to come up with ideas for the new Deadpool movie, this and that. And it's like he's sitting there in the living room and kind of like, I just couldn't come up with anything. I'm just stuck. Well, I mean, one idea, and you kind of see something move, like somebody walking by in the background, and he kind of looks over. Hey, Hugh, you want to play Wolverine again? And you hear Hugh, yeah, sure.
You haven't seen Deadpool 2, Larson? Well, get on that. I actually really enjoyed how they portrayed, what's her name? The lady with the luck powers.
Domino.
Domino, yeah, I really enjoyed Domino. Like, she looked totally different from the comic version, but I'm thinking that's fine. I wasn't huge on the comic book look of her anyway.
That kind of did. I mean, I guess it kind of went with her name, Domino. The whole.
Well, she had the Domino mask, yeah.
Yeah.
The workers had uncovered carnivorous larvae.
But the way they portrayed how her luck power works was so cool.
Force.
Yeah.
They are born ready for combat, with powerful slicing mandibles for chopping up their prey. They are still small, however, and must undergo a final pupation before their armor is fully developed. If the ants are fast, they should be able to overwhelm these critters.
Yeah, it was quite fun to see. But yeah, I'm curious to see how this movie's going to go. I saw somebody posted a meme about one of the alternate universes they ended up going into being like a universe of furries.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one.
So Wolverine was an actual Wolverine. And I think Deadpool was like a wolf or a fox or something.
A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest.
Oh, here we go.
Must mount a defense quickly.
There's a mole cricket showing up. This is the additional challenge.
The ants must mount a defense quickly.
That wasn't here on the original version of this map.
If the ants had disturbed the adult of these larvae, the outcome for the colony may not have been so fortunate.
So it's additional danger, but it's also additional food. Because once we finish beating this guy, we can eat him. Let's see. Alright, where to go next? How about over here? So yeah, I still have to basically eat my way through the stage, but once in a while I will get invaded by mole crickets. And I have to deal with that. In addition to what I had to do before. So, yeah, this is the first map. When you came in, I was getting towards the end of the second map.
In other comic entertainment news, there's a new DC animated series, I think, coming from Max, produced by James Gunn, the Creature Commandos.
Never heard of that.
Okay, well, Creature Commandos goes back in old DC history. The original Creature Commandos was set during World War II, and basically is a special unit made up of monsters. There's a vampire, werewolf, Frankenstein monster. Well, this is kind of a modern day version of it, and it's all tied in with like Task Force X, Suicide Squad. You know, Amanda Waller appears and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's pretty much making it an offshoot of the Suicide Squad universe, which I guess then would include the Peacemaker series as well. But yeah.
Speaking of Suicide Squad,
woodlice will make a significant addition to the colony's lives.
I know people have not been terribly fond of the
it's going to take
Suicide Squad game that came out.
Yeah,
but gameplay problems aside, there's been some. I watched a bit of it from other people playing.
Yeah,
there's some really good acting, especially in the cutscenes. And the actress they got, I forget her name. She's been in a lot of stuff. The actress they got to play Waller in the game.
Oh yeah,
fucking incredible.
Let me see.
I don't remember her name. She was in the Jedi Fallen Order game as well. She's very good.
I'm looking. Cast. Let's see what we got here.
I'm sure I'll recognize her name as soon as I hear it, but
Deborah Wilson.
Yeah, her. She's an incredible Waller.
In the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Anything else I've seen and looking?
With the weird bug eyes, Larson, yes. I've always thought that about her as well. Like, I don't know what's going on with her eyeballs, but
I don't know. I look at when I saw the animation, it's like, did they just feminize Giancarlo Esposito? It's like looking like fucking Gus Fring there.
Actually, her Waller is very Giancarlo. Speaking of which, I was surprised when I found out that he was in The Boys, but he was really he was really Giancarloing that show up.
Oh hell yeah! What's he got coming up? There's something I saw. Oh yeah. He's gonna be in the next Captain America movie.
Giancarlo?
Yeah.
Interesting. As who?
Doesn't really say the name of his character yet. I mean, he's there in the trailer. So you recognize him. You recognize him right off.
Well, yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Unless he's like heavily in costume or something.
Let's see.
He's a highly recognizable fella.
Oh wow! I'm just seeing now they're saying, okay, I'm sure he won't be in costume, but he's based off the Captain America villain Sidewinder.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
Okay, in the comics, he's basically a villain for hire. In fact, he was the leader of the super villain team Serpent Squad, later Serpent Society. Basically, they're all a bunch of super villains with each with a snake theme.
I wonder if they were making fun of that in Invincible. There's a villain group that's very similar to that in Invincible. And now I'm wondering if they're a parody of this. That's kind of funny, actually.
I don't know if he's going to be the full thing. I mean, we see him there, but you know, he looks nothing like his main character. Then again, not every character in the movies looks like their characters. I mean,
yeah. Sometimes they change the look, like with Domino.
Yeah. Well, or they just don't wear any kind of like real costume and all. Fuck in the second Captain America movie, we get the character Georges St. Pierre was playing was Captain America villain that Batroc the Leaper.
I don't even remember him from the movie.
Yeah, when they're like kind of rescuing that ship or whatever, and in the beginning of the movie where and like the main leader that Captain America has a fight with in that scene, that's supposed to be him. Character of mercenary leader.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, like I said, it's just something.
Predators
So
are loose
I
in
guess
the
so
nest.
they could have
Larvae must be
MMA fighter
protected.
Georges St. Pierre in the movie.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, hell, that one character that was in Winter Soldier. It's not until fucking Civil War that he appears like he does in the comic as the villain Crossbones. Messaging me. No.
I think I'll do this section next, but I feel like there's probably going to be an attack soon. So I am concerned about going out there.
I remember one of my favorite things with the Serpent Squad was one of their newest members, Rock Python.
Wow.
His main thing was having these little gadgets hidden, what looked like little rocks or eggs on his costume. Mainly his main thing, they had steel bands that spring out and entangle his foes. And it was in an X-Men story. They defeated all the other members of the squad, and he's exiting the ship saying, "Hey, what's keeping you guys?" And you see all the X-Men who's unconscious teammates and Wolverine. "So what's your deal?" And he said, "I'm Rock Python. I feel these little eggs, metal bands spring out, and I'll just surrender now." He's like, I know what I'm beat. I ain't gonna try.
Fair enough. So you said it was Serpent Squad?
Mm-hmm. Serpent Squad, and then later Serpent Society.
Let's try looking this up. Okay, yeah, in Invincible, they have a villain group called the Lizard League. And they're basically the jokes of the villain world. Okay, let me see. According to the Invincible wiki, the Lizard League are similar to the Serpent Society and Serpent Squad from Marvel Comics.
Aha!
It does not say specifically that they were a purposeful parody of it, but it sounds that way to me. Like, I don't see that being a coincidence, you know? Oh, here we go. Invasion time.
A mole cricket is burrowing into the nest. The ants must mount a defense quickly.
Eat
or their
him!
brood will be forfeit.
Yum, 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 yum. I wonder how much food he's worth,
The
actually.
battle has begun.
His main
19.
Sidewinder's
Okay.
main ability was as a leader, administrator, stuff like that. You know, his one superpower came from the cloak that he wore, which basically was a teleportation device.
Huh, teleportation coat. Unusual.
A skilled businessman and was able to build the Serpent Society into a highly successful criminal organization.
There are intruders in the nest.
Teleportation coat reminds me of Cloak. Not that I know much about him, but... Wasn't his thing teleportation? Using his cloak?
Cloak was a very strange thing. He could do that, among other things. His body was a portal to the Dark Force universe.
His
So
body
they
was, or the cloak was?
the cloak and his body. Basically, he was like a living black hole almost.
Or was he the cloak?
Not really. It's let's see, cloak. Count Johnson.
Although I like the pun involved, because didn't he have a partner called Dagger?
Dagger,
So it's Cloak
yeah.
and Dagger.
Right, that was the point.
Yeah.
As those exposures, Cloak's body became a portal to the Dark Force dimension. A world of strange ebony energy called the Dark Force. So but he could teleport, he could channel the dark force sometimes into solid forms, he could
There are
pass
intruders
through
in the
objects. But yeah.
And what did Dagger do? Was she just like
She
an
was-
assassin or something?
No, whereas his were almost dark-based powers, hers were light-based. She was almost a being of living light, which she could throw off as these kind of light blades or daggers.
That's where the name comes in. All right.
Basically, they just used the old term for espionage work, and they decided to make a super duo out of it. Cloak and dagger.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Kind of like a backronym, but for puns.
I had a great character. He can channel intense heat, but only through by touching something made of metal.
Mm-hmm.
Which he mainly channeled through the big knives he carried with him. So I called him Razorburn.
Nice. Reminds me of I have a character in City of Heroes / City of Villains who was a mastermind villain who had thugs as her minions. So just so basically she had a street gang in her command.
Yeah.
And but she was also a mutant who had like fire manipulation or heat manipulation powers that she used to give her minions buffs and healing and debuff enemies. And I called her Miami Heat. Pretty fun character, in fact.
Oh, yeah, it's 5:30 already.
After a while, I got her to max level, and she eventually converted into a hero.
No.
Because by that point, she's gone from petty crimes to fighting huge world-threatening
There are
threats.
intruders in the nest.
Because, even villains don't want the world destroyed, because that's where they live.
Yeah.
But after saving the world 20 times, I figured she was starting to get a taste for saving people. So she became a hero instead.
Be talking about this
Mole crickets are burrowing into the
Suicide
nest.
Squad
The
game.
ants must defend.
Of course, they showed the
locations
latest
of
thing
once.
everybody's mad about, because apparently they turned Mr. Freeze into Ms. Freeze?
I thought that was supposed to be his wife.
No.
No, it's him.
Yeah,
Slash her.
him. Victoria Freeze.
Is this supposed to be the main game, or you temporarily go into an alternate dimension thing?
I don't
Is this
even
a
know what...
Because if this is a multiverse thing, then
Oh, that I don't know.
fair enough.
I really don't know about that one. Let's see.
Or maybe they're saying their main world of their game is already a multiverse situation. Because the games are basically different universes in the multiverse from the comics. So
This is from the Season 2 DLC. Alternate version. Okay, so then again, just about everything in this
hold
game
on.
is alternate versions of stuff.
can you expand on that, rather than just saying the phrase "ultimate version"?
Let's see. As referred to as Mrs. Freeze is the main character of Season 2, an alternate version of Mr. Freeze from the third Elseworld.
Ah, there we
Predators are
go.
loose in the nest.
It is a multiverse
The
thing.
larvae
Okay.
must be
Yeah,
protected.
as I said, an alternate version. So yeah,
Well, I
from
needed
an
more than just that, just to confirm.
yeah, alternate. I should have said alternate universe version.
I think that's what I thought you meant, but now we have confirmation.
Yeah.
Because it says from the third
Right.
other world or Elseworld or whatever it was.
Yep. And they're already showing all the DLCs, which was this huge, basically your cryo suit looked like fucking Pride Flag. That's a viable DLC. Again, it's like, you know, nowadays people buy fewer and fewer cosmetics. It's like, that's what you wanna. If you think people are gonna buy it, go ahead.
Larson, urinals of the Justice League, really?
What the fuck? I did not know about this.
There are intruders in the nest.
Of course,
The ants have stumbled into the path of a
hell,
fully developed devil's coach
never
horse
seen that
beetle,
before.
and it's hungry for breakfast. The beetle is almost 4 times the size of a black ant, and protected by thick plates of external armor. Whilst it bites at the tiny defenders, it sprays foul-smelling secretions from the end of its raised abdomen, disorientating the ants.
I hate being disorientated.
The devil's coach horse is dead. Its corpse
Yeah,
will
that's-
provide food to support dozens of new brood.
Yeah, that's a British
This Formica
thing.
Fusca colony has now established itself as a rising
Disorientated
power in the
aluminium
universe.
inventory.
Their territory will need to expand above ground.
You can't just
with
be
new
disoriented as
challenges await.
disorientated.
For the time
Yep.
being, however, the Queen.
The thing I always found funny about inventory instead of inventory is it's like the term inventory sounds like a laboratory where you will work on inventions. It's an inventory. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I got an achievement this time. First innings. Beat it before 10 while crickets have attacked. Okay. And just isn't cricket. Beat home after 50 have attacked. Wow, you'd have to wait a long time for that.
How
That's
is the colony
crazy.
progressing?
The Queen
Okay.
is exhibiting interesting new behaviors. I believe the colony is beginning to adapt.
Alright, so now we have more...
Oh, and
More
apparently
food.
they
Mhm.
finally released the new Warriors comic. You know, the one they announced they're going to put out like 4 or 5 years ago?
Nope.
And everybody saw the characters and thought they were stupid.
Oh wait,
so they
is this the
released
one
it.
with Snowflake
Snowflake
and Safe Space?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
That
finally
actually
getting
came out
released.
now?
Yeah.
It's actually out?
finally, I
Oh
guess.
man. I need to see that.
And we get Trailblazer with her magic backpack. We get Screen Time, who got his powers through his
Internet gas.
experimental internet gas. I think the only internet gas here is what you're trying to blow up our asses.
His
Marvel.
superpower is he has the internet in his brain or something like that, right? How stupid.
I had
And then there's the
interesting
girl with the magic backpack.
Yep. I had a character that came up one time. He is. What was it? He can convert sonic energy into speed. Basically, he's like the Flash, but it needs to absorb, I guess, sonic energy mainly from sound. So he carries this harness like his own personal sound system. It's like he's doing superhero stuff and
Interesting.
DJing at the same time.
Honestly,
I
though,
called-
I have to say, a superhero who has force field abilities and his name is Safe Space is a great pun. In Snowflake. Look, there's no way I could take these characters seriously, but those names are funny.
Yeah. I mean, come on. I'm from the 90s. In the 90s, we had Extreme, who was there.
Yeah.
Just, you know, one of the. He basically looked like some kind of grunge skater stereotype. He was Extreme.
And I'm guessing Extreme didn't have an E on the front either, did it?
Nope. X-Treme. Extreme.
Of course. Of course it was.
So, like, you know, hell, then again, when you think of characters that were created pretty much because of something popular at the time, I mean, the blaxploitation genre is big. We got Luke Cage. The Kung Fu movies are big. We got Shang-Chi and Iron Fist. Hell, the original Ms. Marvel, Carol Danvers, was pretty much created due to the women's lib movement of the 70s.
Which is probably why she's so powerful.
Yeah. This was a thing Stan
It's a
Lee said he
guy.
took from his days back in the 40s. They said, find what's popular and make comics of it.
Basically. Remember that time that Hillary Clinton showed up in the comics and she could levitate?
No.
That happened. I don't know what comic it was, because I only ever saw a screenshot. But she was like meditating and started to float. It was bizarre.
Not good.
Alright. I'm going to stop buying new ants right now. I'm going to save up food because we're going to have to do a big battle now. And I'm going to want to have some spare food left over to hatch replacement ants for the ones that die in battle, if any. This first challenge isn't too hard, but the other challenges later get pretty brutal. Also, how much jelly do I have? Let's see. Select an ability option. Increase attacks by about 20% or reduce incoming physical damage by 50%. I think I'll take Meat Wall.
Meat wall?
Meat Wall. Also, self-preservation. Upon dropping below 40% health, retreat for half a second. Or self-repair. When out of combat, regenerate 4 extra health per second. When out of combat, though, I don't see that being very useful. I'll take self-preservation. Let them drop back a little bit and let somebody else jump in there. So I can't afford any of these other ones, but later, once we get some more jelly, we can upgrade the queen herself. Royal Guard. Upon dropping to 75% health on the queen ant, spawn 14 Royal Guard. These are incredibly powerful ants near your queen that last for 60 seconds. Additionally, empty nurseries will receive eggs and all eggs will hatch for free for 5 seconds. Or, Royal Decree. Upon dropping to 75% health, your nurseries will spawn their own eggs. Eggs will instantly hatch, and eggs will hatch for free for 20 seconds, giving you an unlimited army during this time. That's pretty awesome, actually. Potentially. If you're in shit, you get like a sort of second win for your colony. Okay. So I have 33 soldier ants that are mostly level 3s. 32 of them are level 3 and one of them is level 2. And I have 1,523 food left to spawn replacements if any of them die at a cost of 5 food per replacement. I think I'm ready for the challenge. Let's do it. You're having a weird day, Kai. All medications are interacting with one another, leaving you high and emotional. Did you change medications recently? Because it seems weird that they would suddenly start doing this out of nowhere. But okay. First experiment. Let's do it. Challenge mode, go.
I think it is time we connected the outworld to the feeder colonies. I want
Gather
to see
here.
how these eruptors respond under pressure.
I will prepare the experiment.
Can we see it happening?
Let's begin with a small threat.
Connecting the Fusca colony now.
Yeah, here we
I will
go.
let 10 through to start with.
Here they come. So I could fight them out here, but I feel like I can bottleneck them better if I fight them just inside my own place here. Actually, let's send them up here. Get them! Get et!
The Eruptors identified the threat
Yay, no
and
losses.
responded very quickly.
Excellent. Let's see how they handle a few more, shall we?
Introducing 20 Formica Fusca ants.
Oh, those are new additional medications you have, Kai?
Our Eruptors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Good. Continue the experiment and let me know the results. Don't add more than 30 ants at once, though. We don't want to harm the queen.
Understood. I wonder how they will react to a rival Orepta colony. Introducing 40 rival Orepta ants.
I like Scientist too. He's a fucking weirdo. He's enjoying this too much.
Excellent. Introducing a further 50 rival Orepta ants.
Bring it on, motherfucker. I haven't taken a single loss yet. I will eat your entire face.
Fascinating.
Of course, the tactics of this is helping me as well.
Now,
The guys are having to trickle in like 2 or 3 at a time, and then being met by 30 of my guys at once. Sending them in a big line is not the best tactic. But I think it's just how ants do it, though. So. Your leg still hurts, Kai? Damn. Well, after what just happened to your knee, I guess it shouldn't be a massive surprise. It's unfortunate, though. Sorry to hear that, friend. I forget which hotkey I have set up. Is
a
it
superb response.
this one? Nope. This one. Clinkies.
You're doing admirably, my Reptors. Perhaps a small reward. Look to the surface.
Look to the surface. This guy is such a weirdo. He's great.
What about a combination of a Reptar and Fusca? Let's start with 20 of each.
Oh, I think I'm gonna lose a few guys now. They got caught outside still. That's okay, I got plenty of food.
An unconventional defense, yet highly effective. It's interesting to see the colony fight on two fronts. Perhaps
We're
we should
not,
try
though.
30 of each.
Because I outsmarted you, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Aha, you fool.
I hope you feel better soon, though, Kai. That sounds very shitty. I'm sorry that has happened to you, friend. Double plus unfun.
Magnificent! Once again, our Raptors triumph.
I like how his boss is like, don't send more than 30 at a time, and he's like, how about 60, motherfucker?
Quickly.
So, I linked you the trailer for Creature Commandos.
Oh, okay. I'll check that out later.
Interesting cast among the names I recognize. See Frank Grillo, Sean Gunn. Of course he appears in it. That's a James Gunn production. Of course Sean's going to be there. David Harbour.
I take it they're related then?
Sean Gunn's been in a bunch of
Colony's ability to withstand
James Gunn. Yeah, they're brothers.
Incredible.
But let's see, he was in all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He played, oh god, I can't remember the character's name. He was like kind of second in command of the Reavers. He's the one that inherited the old mohawk and the arrow thing from Yondu after the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Kraglin is the name of the character. He played Kraglin. He was also the mocap model for Rocket Raccoon in the movies.
Okay, cool.
Don't
Don't you dare call him that to his face, though.
He was in
A little more interesting, shall we?
the Suicide Squad movie. He had 2 roles there too. He's on his face as Calendar Man, but he was also the mocap for Weasel.
Aha, Calendar Man. Lol.
Yeah, basically, if it's a James Gunn movie, you're going to be assured of 2 people appearing in there: Sean Gunn and Michael Rooker. Like, it's almost like, as I tell people, Sean Gunn is basically the Ted Raimi of the modern day, because anytime Sam Raimi had a movie, Ted was going to be in it.
Yeah.
And then I also said, well, yeah, but if Sam Raimi had a movie, Bruce Campbell would always be in it, so does that make Michael Rooker the equivalent to Bruce Campbell?
Pretty much.
Let's see.
And
yeah.
what's his face? That Tim Burton loves.
Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's always in the Burton film.
Yeah, I don't know. He's probably starting with Edward Scissorhands on up, but
I like Depp though, so that's fine with me.
yeah. Let's see who else is in this. Of course, Alan Tudyk doing a voice because he's always good at voices.
Nice.
And Viola Davis is going to be in it, so obviously she's going to be doing Amanda Waller again, since she played her in both Suicide Squad movies, the David Ayer and James Gunn ones.
Perfect. Perhaps we can provide more of a challenge for them next time.
What a fantastic suggestion.
Oh, this guy right here. Victory for Formica Eruptor.
Okay.
I have victoried.
Let's see how the colony grows over the next few days.
Now that they have experienced battle, I expect to see a significant rise in the number of soldiers.
Correct. Although, I'm not going to be doing Black Ant soldiers for my next thing that I grow. I'm going to be doing something else. Let's see. It will be, I forget what they call them, but the wood ants have a ranged troop that we can absorb. Ants that spray acid at people. Good night, Lawson.
Deadpool and Wolverine at $211 million.
Oh, by the way, hold on. Sorry, 1 second. Before you leave, Larson, just want to let you know, I don't know if you looked at the schedule for any reason. We're doing a collab stream on Friday this week. If you want to see some Terraria with our friend Saya.
Nice.
Anyway, you were saying, Blast?
Just reading news. Deadpool and Wolverine at $211 million, now the 6th highest opening of all time at U.S. box office.
Nice. Alright, so we can technically unlock the Wood Ant now, but we're going to be playing Wood Ant stages to go with that new change. But here we go. Wood Ant. Okay, it's called Wood Ant Soldier, but ranged. So these guys cost 60 instead of 50. And they can upgrade into having ranged attacks. Or, sorry, AoE attacks, I should say. You can choose rapid fire version or mortar fire version, which is what I did.
The Eruptor workers have raised their first form.
Oh, man. I'm full now.
I wasn't sure it was even possible.
Between the Chinese food and the milk tea.
Yeah, all that tapioca in there is probably a bit filling, eh?
I was just gonna make do and go to get something from Pizza Hut, but I don't know if it was the internet in the mall or what, but I could not get through on the Pizza Hut app to order something before going over there. And I said, well, screw it. I'm near the food court. Just get something from there.
Yeah.
Just get it and get home. I'd already been disappointed before in a haircut. I'd stopped at the grocery store a couple of things and then said grab a Coke on the way through, and their cooler by the register apparently had not been filled too long before then. That Coke was cool, but not cold.
Ah.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, I went to the grocery store because been cooking earlier today. I ran out a couple of things in the kitchen. Well, I bought a big enough thing. I shall not run out now. Time. I ain't gonna take a sniff of that unless you want to hear me sneeze for a while, because that one was black pepper.
Fun.
Well, like I said, I'll make sure I will not run out of these anytime soon. I bought one of those big, like 2.5 ounce jars full of them. I gotta say, the place I work at, Corner Market, I got these. You got the big jars of seasonings.
Nice.
There.
Yeah, I usually get a big thing of black pepper.
Yeah.
But like the peppercorns to put into a mill.
Well, no. Yeah, no. This is just regular ground black pepper, so I can use it for seasoning, or just to fill up the pepper shaker on the table.
Yeah, but you know, I took 1 year of culinary school, therefore I need to be a little bit bougie about my black pepper.
I mean, I do have like a pepper mill,
Yeah.
like refillable thing for that, so I can. I also have one from that Himalayan pink salt. I'm using that mainly for seasoning like steaks and stuff, where I put it on the grill.
Have you noticed any difference between that and other salt?
It's good, I can tell you that. Everybody says it's good, and I said, well, let's try it. And I said,
It's much more pink.
When you put salt and pepper is basically all you need to season your steak with. I found that out.
Generally true. Yeah.
Yeah. I get a good, like, 8 or 10 ounce ribeye. Just salt
Sometimes
and
I'll add a
pepper.
little bit of garlic in some form, but yeah, salt and pepper is really all you need.
Grill that, and
Or
really,
I'll do a little red wine pan sauce.
I rarely need anything else. I mean,
Are you familiar with the term pan sauce? I don't know how official that is. It might be just a slang.
no.
You know when you're cooking stuff in your pan, you end up with like
Yeah.
a little bit of stuff, a little bit of browned or blackened
Right,
stuff stuck
or-
on the bottom?
Deglazing, or
Yeah, it's basically you deglaze it and
Yeah.
use the results as a sauce.
right.
That's pan sauce. So I usually use there's like a little splash of red wine to do that. Okay, let us do one level of wood ants. Rising Tide.
When I see that, I think of a thing from Goodfellas, where they're all the mob guys got their little section in the prison, and they even have a little kitchen area, but you know, everything's done with like hot plates and stuff. So the guy's cooking the steaks, and he's narrating. The guy says,
This Formica
"He had no
Rufo
boys, so I
Woodant
do everything in
queen has
pan. He
laid
used to
her
smell
first
doing
brood
something
in a
awful, and the
burrow near
hags
the
used to
sea.
die, but he cooked a good
The
steak."
nest is just on the outskirts of the beach, the perfect vantage point for scavenging hapless morsels washed in by the tide. At the moment, the tide is out, but it won't stay that way. The ants must make haste and stockpile what they can, while they can.
So there's 3 levels, as you can see on this topographical map here, and every once in a while the water will fill up one of them. So we are
No.
doing what we can in the meantime. So we got We got the ranged guys still. But we've also got some wood ant equivalent of the melee soldier ants. So we have to survive for 3 nights overall, which will involve some general levels of fuckery along the way. Especially since we're competing with another wood ant colony for this food. Also, those little fuckers get to really dine out well because there's I don't know if they're there right now. Or if they show up later. I think they show up later. At one point, a dead fish washes up onto the shore. Which is a massive food source for some ants. But, it's right near their stuff, and it's too difficult for us to get to. So we generally don't get to take advantage of it. Also, we got these fuckers walking around. I don't remember what they're called, but they're much bigger than us. Also, they start having a day-night cycle with these outdoor scenarios. So there's some inherent danger having to do with that as well. The tide will be fully up at night, and more dangerous predators show up during that time. So it's real fucking dangerous to go outside at night. But there's also some food we can scavenge for in underground. So we can do that at night.
The ants have been spotted by Chichindala hybrida, the northern dune tiger beetle. With its long, slender legs, it's the king of speed on these intertidal flats. Its wide, carving jaws will slice effortlessly through squads of wood ants.
What's up with you?
It's going to take a monumental unified effort to bring
reading
this
some
beast
old
down.
questionable content. They were talking, it was like Marigold and Momo, and then they're asking her if she wanted her own room, everything.
They have also come to take advantage
I wonder where Pint Size sleeps. Martin's room, and Momo's like a Faraday cage, duct taped to a wall, lead-lined box at the bottom of the ocean.
That would be a good choice.
This is Pint Size after all.
Yeah. Oh no.
Case in point, as
killed.
All the guys are going out to this new robot club, and Bubbles is wearing a little black dress, and she's
wait, who's Bubbles?
It's Faye's girlfriend, the big red AI.
Sure. Okay, I don't know about that, but all right.
Yeah, they've been a couple for a while now, but no black dress. I'm concerned this is too immodest, and Faye's like, that is exactly the right amount of immodest.
Nice.
And then, of course, he walks out, and Pint Size, who has a new body, by the way.
Yeah, I heard that happened at some point.
Yeah, well, he's wearing the same type of dress. I will go change. No, I'll change. You wear it better. Okay, Pint Size. Yeah, new body, same Pint Size.
Right.
Little goblin.
Really is, though.
Yeah.
Alright, once I've got a bit of easier food and I've got some troops built up, it's time to start grabbing some of the lower area food while I still can. Oh no. He ate my man. He eated him right up. He's not in my base, but he did kill my mans. Alright. And with that, let's grab some of these.
The tide is
rises.
coming in. Soon
Never
the
mind.
lower levels of the beach
I've
will
already
be
lost my
flooded.
chance.
Any ants caught in the surge will be washed out to sea.
Let's fight over this food for a bit. Nom 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 nom. Alright, here comes the tide. Sploosh! Alright, that section of the map is unavailable until tomorrow. Also, I'm kind of getting my butt kicked over here. But maybe over here instead. Actually, no. This. Let's not fight for our food right now, because we are dying. And that loses us food. Because ants cost food. They're made of food, you might even say. Oh shit. That's...
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
hell. Okay, maybe we should just start going underground for the day. Alright.
The water is rising quickly. The ants must head for higher ground.
I got something new from for my Switch the other day because it was on sale. I only paid less than $4 between the sale price and
There
my
are
points I had
intruders in the
saved.
nest.
It's called Death Wish Enforcers.
I don't know that one.
Remember when I put it on there, I must have liked the
The
initial
ants must fight.
thing for it if I add it to my wish list. Let's see, arcade game. The cross had PS5 and for Windows and Switch. It's got a very side-scrolling beat 'em ups. Got a very like Double Dragon, River City Ransom kind of thing.
Okay.
A gritty, non-stop bloodbath from the creator of Insanity's Blade, Super Battle Princess Madeline, and the recently released Guardgrave. Parody
I've
of
never heard of
Blood's
any of those either.
70s classic action films. I mean, looking at the little character screen, one character looked a lot like Clint Eastwood, like Dirty Harry, one looked like Charles Bronson.
The tide has almost
Yeah.
reached its highest point. The sands east of the nest are
So-
about to be completely flooded.
Like a
Did you say you already have it, or you're just looking at it?
oh, I got it. Yeah.
How is it?
I've got so many games that I've loaded and haven't really gotten to play yet. I
Same.
just got the
Predators are loose in the
before
nest.
that I got and
The larvae
barely
must
played
be protected.
Bloodstained.
Nice.
Ritual Night. That was the
Castlevania replacement.
Castlevania. Yeah. So
Pretty
I had
good.
them. Yeah, they were both
The
on
tide is
sale
in,
at the time,
and
so I
soon
figured,
night will fall.
hell,
As the
probably won't get it
temperature
this
drops
cheap for a
outside,
while.
Nocturnal creatures begin to awaken.
This
It
is
will
not
be
going
wise for
well.
the roofer colony to stay underground and hope that their nest remains hidden until the morning.
We have a problem. These ants are kicking my ass. These guys are really fucking strong. I think I might be about to lose the map.
So basically,
Overground,
there's
nocturnal
one page
hermit
in
crabs
there where
rule
it's a
over the
series of
sands at
side-by-side panels where each of the characters basically just it's like an info screen for the new warriors.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then again, external internet gas. Now I can see an augmented reality.
This Formica rufa wood ant queen
So
has
weird.
laid her first brood in a burrow near the
Oh
sea.
god, the dialogue.
The
I want a
nest
new
is
word
just on
because
the
you guys
outskirts of
are
the
the
beach.
team most likely to go
Perfect
viral.
vantage
My hobbies
point for
include
scavenging
memes and
helpless morsels
chonkers, whatever
washed
the
in
fuck
by the
that
tide.
means.
At the moment, the tide is out. But
I
it
don't
won't
know.
stay that way.
I know only
Rats
chonk I
must
know is
stay
when they're
patient
attributed
and
to
stockpile what
cats or
they
how
can
fat they are.
while they can.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he means.
Snowflake, all twin psychic or cryokinetic, can crystallize the moisture and make ice shurikens, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Safe space, make force fields. But they only work if he's protecting him and someone else. They don't work just for him.
Those two characters are the only ones that seem like reasonable actual superheroes.
We got B negative. Oh god,
yeah,
that's
that's
first
right.
thing. B negative. The world is a vampire, and so am I. So put yourself out your fucking Smashing Pumpkins lyric. Fuck.
Yeah.
Technically, living vampire. I want to be a transient to save my life from guess who? Well, we don't have to. He says living vampire. That said it all. But yeah.
It's just a weird. I always thought it was a weird name because vampires are undead. Why are they living one?
Because he's not undead. He's basically has vampiric powers and even the need for blood, but it's not through any kind of supernatural means, which is basically the vampire's origin. His was done through, I don't know, genetic experimentation to try and cure his anemia.
But the wood ants must be cautious.
All right, fair enough.
Choose their trails carefully.
They do kind of
Tiger beetles
cover
frequent
that in
higher
the movie
ground,
if
and
you
they will
bother
make
to
quick
watch it.
work of any wood ant
Nope.
that strays too close.
They're not going to.
I still want to see it just to see. One thing I do want to see it for Matt Smith's part in there. Just the clips I've seen, it's like he might be the one reason to watch this movie.
I did enjoy the series of memes when it first came out. Everybody's going, "It's Morbin time,"
Which they have said is not in the movie.
Still funny though.
Yeah. See, don't they have, and of course, Trailblazer, who doesn't give a name at first. She's like, I guess she's part Native American. She's
She's the backpack one, right?
Yeah, at the senior home. It's my culture. It's important to record their stories of ours. Little my grandpa gave me a bottomless bag full of weird random stuff. So in other words, she's Mary Poppins. Hey, Mary Poppins, y'all! Because that's the one thing Mary Poppins had was that bag which you could get anything out
Right.
of.
Now that could be a potentially useful power, except that I'm pretty sure the way they handle it for her is that she doesn't know what she's going to get out of it. It's going to be random.
There are other wood ants.
Yeah, it does say
They have
random,
also
so who
come
knows?
to take advantage of the buffet provided.
So
by
that
the
makes
city.
it not terribly useful.
Territorial disputes
Who
will
knows?
invariably
That
favor
we'll see if the
colony
comic
and
goes
the
any
greater
further
others.
than this one issue they released.
Probably going to be
I
a
will-
comic relief character. Like
I will
pulls out
say-
something hilariously pointless from the bag or something, you know?
Somebody made a thing. It was a whole comic. It was full of basically stuff that was big, stuff bigger on the inside than outside.
Hmm.
They had, of course, the TARDIS. They had Mary Poppins' carpet bag. They had Felix the cat had a similar bag.
Yeah.
There was the luggage from the.
Yep. Actually, that reminds me, this novel I've been reading recently that came out recently called The Hexologists.
Uh-huh.
It's an alternate world. It's not Earth, but they're in a country that's very much like England.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, they have a good pun. They have something like that item. It's a bag that the entrance to the bag is a portal into a warehouse somewhere,
Yeah.
like a giant magical items warehouse. But I don't think anybody knows where it's actually physically located, or if it's even in the same world or not.
Yeah.
But her father was a famous explorer who went around collecting magical artifacts to store in this warehouse to keep them away from people who would misuse them, right?
That sounds like Friday the 13th, the series.
Yeah, but there's a good pun involved with it. The name, they call this bag the Portal Manteau.
Nah. It's like somewhere between Friday the 13th, the series, and what was that other? Oh, Warehouse 13. Which, if you never watched that series, that was actually a good show. It was on Sci-Fi Channel. Basically,
colony
there's
is
people that
starving.
went
There's
and
not enough
collected
food to
any
feed
kind
the
of
new brood.
strange supernatural or whatever objects and keep them in a warehouse
Hmm.
to keep people safe from them.
Yeah.
You might
That's
think it's
basically,
almost,
it's essentially what the backstory on the Portal Manteau is.
yep. Or what was that other one? Or the warehouse from the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
You know, the one Porkins said was delivered by top men.
Of course, the
You
key
do know
difference here being the fact that this bag is the only way to get in there, so nobody can actually get in. They can just reach in their arm and grab stuff from it. But it seems to have one of those properties where you reach, like whatever you're intending to grab when you reach in, that's what your arm will find.
I remember there was in Warehouse 13 they had this one thing. It was some kind of barrel or whatever, and it would grant something, whatever you wished for. Like, unless the
tide is
wish was
coming in.
impossible to grant, in
Soon the
which
lower
case
levels of
you
the
got
beach
a
will be
ferret.
flooded. Any ants caught in the surge will be washed out.
Sorry,
to
say that
sea.
last part again, because the narration was competing with you.
Yeah, something. If you wished for something that it was impossible to grant, you got a ferret.
Oh, nice.
And I remember one of the characters who didn't want this assignment and their wish was to be reassigned. Yeah, she, like to say, for the rest of the series, she had a pet ferret.
So she wins overall, really.
Yeah. Depends. If it's just the one, maybe.
Yeah, sometimes you get a whole lot of ferrets together, and it's just pure chaos.
And smelly as hell.
Yeah, probably. I've heard about that.
Then again, what did one streamer watching somebody's ferret video refer to them as the furry crack missile?
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Yeah.
Based on the videos I've seen, that sounds about right.
Well, the lady like lets her ferrets roam around in a box full of like dry macaroni. The guy's wife said,
ants
"Quit
must
putting
fight."
the furry crack missiles in the macaroni."
There's a sentence to have to say.
Yeah. But furry crack missile. What else is going on? Okay, I didn't read that. There.
The water is rising quickly. The ants must head for higher ground.
I did like one thing about her old backpack and stuff. The designs, a little designs on it. Said very, very Kirby-esque.
Kirby?
Jack Kirby.
What did he do again?
He was a comic artist, as the one meme
Yeah, but which
said.
one?
Like, he pretty much designed all the Marvel comics in the 60s. As one meme said, created the Marvel Universe with a number 2 pencil in his mind.
So it's classic,
Like,
classic
he
design
helped-
style then. That's what we're
I
saying.
mean, he went, oh yeah, definitely. Especially showed in his
The ants have been
more
spotted by
science fiction-y type
Chichingola
comics,
hybida,
like the New
the
Gods
northern
and
green
the
tiger
Eternals,
beetle.
stuff like
With
that.
its long, slender legs, it's the king of speed on these intertidal flats. Its
Let me
wide,
get a good example of
carving
some Kirby
jaws will
artwork.
slice effortlessly through squads of wood ants. It's going to take a monumental unified effort to bring this beast down.
So yeah, let's not fight that guy then. Anymore. Alright. Time to go underground. Boop.
I mean,
The
his
tide has almost reached its
designs
highest
for
point.
fucking everything.
The
The
sands east of
Fantastic
the nest are
Four,
about to be
He designed
completely
Captain
flooded.
America back in the 40s. His technological thing. People didn't like a lot of the way he drew his figures, though.
There are
They always seemed
intruders
kind
in
of
the
almost
nest.
blocky. But hey, many
The
people have
battle has
copied that
begun.
style.
Okay, so don't fuck with this thing over here yet. Or that, probably. That I can probably handle.
The tide is in. and soon night will fall. As the temperature drops outside, nocturnal creatures begin to awaken. It will be wise for the roofer colony to stay underground.
To have my shooty boys now, so that should help.
Until the morning.
I was all melee guys last time. I think the shooty boys do more damage, but they're probably weaker.
Overground, nocturnal hermit
Glass cannon kind of
rule
thing.
over the sands at night. These creatures are typically scavengers, searching for algae and carrion on the beach. But due to the unusual incursion of Formica roofer colonies into this area, this particular community of crabs has developed a taste for ant flesh.
Ooh.
But I'm made of ant flesh.
Let's see pictures.
A hermit crab has found its way into the nest. The ants must mount a swift and decisive defense.
Oh, we're gonna mount it all right.
Mm-hmm.
Kill that hermit crab. Little teeny one.
Climb it.
So yeah, that's one of the escalating threats as the days pass in this scenario, is more and more hermit crabs start showing up at night. And I believe, and at the very end of the third day, the other ant colony gets desperate because they're about to get flooded. And so they invade us as well. So it gets nasty, in other words. You have to be nice and strong by then. You need to eat all of our Wheaties.
There are intruders in the nest.
Alright, there's some example of Kirby's artwork in pictures.
Yeah, I've probably seen a lot of it, I just don't know the name.
But it's technology, and there's an effect, what is known as the Kirby crackle, which is all the little dots and like some kind of cosmic energy effect.
Aye. Oh,
a group of hermit
more
crabs
motherfuckers.
The nest. The larvae must be protected.
Motherfucker! The funniest thing I ever saw, and I live in a college town, but at a bar one night right across from campus, I was in the men's room, and some graffiti on the wall that said, Oedipus Rex was a motherfucker.
He sure was. Though I remember learning some new information about him at one point. Apparently, something that I guess most people don't know. Apparently, he was not willingly a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, the thing he didn't know until way later.
Yeah.
And earlier, a guy he'd killed in combat turned out to have been his dad. So yeah, he had already killed his dad, married his mother, had a child by her, but not knowing till way later.
And didn't it drive him insane or something?
Yeah, blinded himself and lived as a hermit. Then again, there was the famous, he also is the famous, solving the riddle of the Sphinx.
Oh, that was him?
No. Yeah, that walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 by day, and 3 at night. That was Oedipus as well.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, he's known as well, being tragic, but also one of the great heroes of Greek mythology. Like Jason or Ulysses. Had many adventures, but in fact, a lot of the time, those heroes seem to come to bad ends eventually.
Yeah. It's part of the trope, right?
long after they're done the heroic
Predators
bit,
are
of
loose in the
course. But
nest.
yeah,
The larvae must be protected.
let's see. I gotta
Well, that was
start
much
doing
easier.
some laundry.
More hermit crabs have found the nest.
Hermit crab.
Hammered crabs.
I know how to fight the crab. Get the lemons and the melted butter. There used to be some kind of crab restaurant commercials where they had these, steamed crab baskets here, and they had little lids. You open up and all steam comes out. And it had all these women opening it up, and this big cloud of steam, and the next shot their hair is all frizzed out.
Yeah.
Until this one guy here, he opens it up, and his hair is seemingly alright until you see it start sliding off his head.
Oh, damn.
The toupee.
Poor guy.
That's fine. That was the joke. That was the joke David Letterman did for years. Probably
There's
he
gonna be
wasn't
hell
wearing-
to pay.
Yeah, the toupee joke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, god damn. I didn't know how sweaty I get at work till I start emptying the laundry hamper. Phew!
Nasty.
Oh, I live in Mississippi. The heat's already ungodly, and when you work in a kitchen, on top of that, I swear, I
Oh, yeah.
I get a lunch break and I get a restroom and see my reflection, and I can see my shoulders where the apron straps were. The shirt is just wet there.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Predators
Of course,
are
then we'll
loose
get
in the
winter
nest.
time and it'll be freezing, and then I'll
must
be
be protected.
wishing for the heat again.
The tide is receding, and a new day dawns.
Ooh, we can go outside again.
Hunters of the night return
Yay.
to the safety of the shadows.
Time to eat grass.
And the ants can begin to lay down
Touch
new
grass,
trails.
eat it.
The harvest must go on.
Touch it with my mandibles. Alright. It's time to... Let's get down
Get
to the
some
lowest level first. Eat this food while we can.
A dead sardine has been washed up on the beach.
Get
Ah,
with
there it
it.
is.
Is too precious to pass up. But the
I'd tell you the
smell
other day,
soon
and
attracted
working in a
the
grocery
scavengers.
store, the
The ants
music
will
that
need
gets
to
piped
amass
in
in
is like
great numbers to defend such a prize.
30, 40, 50
The
years
colony is
old.
starving. There's
And
not
then I
enough
ate,
food
don't remember
to
it
feed
all.
the brood.
And somebody was playing a video the other day, and it was like a episode of the Solid Gold TV show, the best of 1986, and all the music playing. It's like, yeah, I hear that every day at work.
They said that the sardine had washed up, but I don't see it anywhere.
Sardine, and pork and beans.
They lied to me. Now, the challenge mode level of this map is extra nasty in that there's trapdoor spiders all over the place.
Oh dear.
So you're walking around trying to collect food, and then you just suddenly get eaten out of nowhere.
Haha.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Motherfucking, yeah, I was about to say.
The battle has begun.
I know I've seen the fish on this level before, but maybe it's higher up.
Last made you think of this, an old Mystery Science Theater 3000 joke when this guy
There it is.
X some
12,
bad guy
1,200 food. Damn. Sorry,
X
yeah?
them and put them in an arm bar, and Tom goes, surprise, chiropractor.
You're welcome.
Okay. Let's see that. Yes. Boop, 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 boop.
So yeah, there's 1,200 food available right there, but it's
Ooh, okay.
protected by these tiger beetle thingies.
Tiger. Tiger!
Tiger.
Tiger! Uppercut!
I always enjoyed spamming that, so it's just like, tiger.
Uppercut.
Not that that's a fun way to play. It's just funny to hear him yelling "Tiger, Tiger" constantly.
We're playing Sagat in Street Fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Fire! Or if we're playing Dalsim, Yoga Flame!
I like the more recent versions of Dalsim where he's got a beard. He's looking much more rugged.
Mm.
Of course, they did the same thing with Ryu as well.
Yeah.
Beards improve everything. Alright, we scoured a lot of the food from down here. That's good.
Oh, listen, let's see.
These are the younger beetles, though. I might be able to handle them.
Oh, John.
What's that?
The younger Beatles. Lil John.
Alright, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not too worried about that 2 food down there. Let's start amassing the forces here. It's sardine time. It's fish o'clock, motherfucker. Get him! Seafood buffet is open for business.
Alright. I'll tell you the coolest place we used to have here. It's not around anymore, but it was like it's a buffet restaurant. And it's like if they could fry it, they did. And that was kind of fried fish, chicken. There's fried crab legs. They had fried oysters.
Nice.
There's fried quail, fried alligator.
I've had fried gator.
Yep.
Very chewy.
Yeah, it is, but it was good. I remember I had there's this one city in Louisiana that every year they have their big, outdoor art food and everything fest, and this guy, we went there and this guy is selling gator, and he had fried gator on a stick. That was the first time I ever tried it. It was chewy, tasted to me, like a fried pork chop.
One I had tasted like chicken, just like the old saying goes.
Yeah.
Just very rubbery, chewy chicken.
But the flavor definitely reminded me more of pork chop than chicken.
Yeah, not in my case, but
gator sausage, and he is selling them select gator heads. I said, if I had the money, I'd have bought one. That'd have been my decoration.
Oh, another. I was reminded another feature they have because I have a new button down here. Disable enemy mounting. That's what she said. But yeah, they have a feature in the game where if you're fighting enemies that are significantly larger than you, you can actually climb on top of them.
Soon the lower levels of the beach will be flooded.
And have your ants swarming all over them.
The surge will be washed out to sea.
Like in the tier 4 when we're playing the fire ants, we're gonna have to fight a toad.
Hmm.
Alright, let's see how much of this fish we get to eat before we have to flee the rising tides. I've gotten a bit of hundreds or so out of it so far.
Tide the rising, please.
That too.
Oh dear. New habitual line crosser video on YouTube, and the title is "Where'd the Kid Go?" It's like, gosh, he does these little things where it's a photo, either of countries or even some kind of military hardware, where he just has his face, kind of his eyes and mouth just over it, and he's playing the characters of each of them. The kid refers to the F-22 Raptor. It was a bit a little hard to control sometimes. He wants to go fight something. So the title says, "Where did the kid go?" It's like, uh-oh. I like the one when it had the F-15. It said, "You take the kid out for a spin," and it's like, "Ah, sure, come on, kid. I'll show you the tactic I used that made Saddam Hussein fire his military advisors."
Yeah.
The water is rising quickly. The ants must head for higher ground.
Alright, don't do any combat, just get the food and get the fuck out of there. Alright, now we can fight. Well, I got, let me see. 900. I got 300 food worth out of the fish before we lost access to that area due to the tides. Not bad. It was worth it. We won't have access to this level for much longer either.
Oh god, I've seen this whole video a million times. These two cats just fighting each other, yowling at one another. And so the dog picks one up by the scruff of the neck and hauls him off. It's like, nope, nope, you're coming inside. But you saw it, no. But he doesn't know.
What a good dog.
You are coming inside, young man.
But Dad, no.
Yeah, it's almost like that.
I said no.
More of that stupid Chris. What's his name? Yes. And initially, when they said it was just allegations, and I said, well, if there were allegations, where's the alligator?
Point. The sands east of the nest are about to be completely flooded.
Alright, back to underground mode for a while.
Hasbro gives up on Power Rangers as franchise's costumes and props to be liquidated at heritage auctions. I'm like, well, isn't the majority of the Power Ranger stuff still, like, the property of the Japanese companies?
I don't know.
I mean, most of the footage in the Power Ranger series was taken from the Japanese Sentai series.
Sands tonight. Arctosa parita. The sand.
I mean, yeah, sometimes they had versions of them that they would.
These spiders
Hold on a second.
shade provided by larger plants on the edge of the beach. But once the sun has gone, they are far more active and on the hunt for a midnight feast.
Big ol' spooters.
There are intruders in the nest. The colony is starving. There's
What
no
about
enough food to
illustrations?
feed the new brood.
I don't think that's a thing. Uh-oh.
A wolf
One of those
spider
spiders
has
they're
found
talking about got in the
entrance.
nest.
She is only small, but her venom will quickly incapacitate
Oh,
The nest, but wouldn't
tries
it,
to fight alone.
is it properly called an ant nest or an ant? It's an ant colony, right?
I got it. Allegations, illustrations.
Yeah. Wah wah.
I think the alligator was better. The alligator.
I've never even met her. Just dig it all out. Ah. We all know straight people are a myth, so, you know. I am not a straight man. I am simply a vegetarian.
Hey!
Always enjoyed that one.
Another wolf spider has entered the nest. This one is large, fast, and voracious.
Oh, that's not great timing. Look at him go. He's got the zoomies. Dig it all out. Fuck this whole place.
Oh shit!
I didn't do it.
No, I did it. I forgot to plug my phone back in. It's probably on 26% power right now.
I mean, that's not bad.
No,
It needs a charge, but it's not awful.
Yeah. There. Only got that much because I ain't used it in a bit.
Time for some gaming.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae
I haven't
must
done
be
much of that today. I've been busy doing AFP stuff away from AFK,
Away from phone?
AFP
Yeah.
away from phone.
More wolf spiders have found the nest.
Oh, bugger. Get out of here, you zoomy little fuckers.
The ants must protect the queen.
Yeah, that's definitely one thing in this game that's very much like Dungeon Keeper, is our ant queen is basically our dungeon heart. More or less.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
The hoose is loose. Alright, let's eat that boy up. Nom 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 nom.
As the sun rises over a new day, the tide recedes. The nocturnal creatures return to the shadows, and once again, the harvest must continue.
The harvest. Should we finish with this? Yeah, okay. Actually, no, down here. Yeah, having to do this map with trapdoor spiders just ambushing you constantly sucks. Get out of here, hermit crab. Nobody likes you. Did you ever see those giant mutated hermit crabs they have in Fallout?
Haven't, no.
I think it was Fallout 4. There was one area I went to where there was a hermit crab so large that it was using an abandoned and broken down delivery truck as its shell.
The ants must fight.
I remember them big crabs that I think when you went up toward Releka in RuneScape, like in Freeminnick, places like that. As you go up on the beaches there, those crabs always appear out of nowhere.
I don't think we did. I don't remember crabs there. But yeah, just imagine like a U-Haul being that's
yeah,
and a hermit crab the size that would be needed to wear that.
right.
Terrifying.
You play Fallout 4 at all?
I just said that's what it's from.
Oh, it was Fallout 4. I'm sorry. You said
Yeah.
I heard Fallout. I don't know if they meant 4 or.
Well, at first I was
76.
vague, then I re-specified.
Oh, sorry. Have you gotten the new DLC yet? London.
I claimed it on GOG, but I haven't installed it yet. Also, I don't know if that means I have to have the GOG version of Fallout 4 to use the GOG version of the mod. Maybe. I haven't tried that yet. But I intend to someday. I just got a lot of other shit on my plate first. From what I understand, people say it's really fun, but it's also really buggy, so that is confirmed Fallout. Definitely. Could be a real Bethesda product. Alright, I need to marshal my forces a little bit here. Food storage is full.
The workers
Can't be
have done
having
all
that.
they can to improve these food stores.
Okay. Should be good. Alright, turn off food gathering, let us fight. Eat that man. And also his brother. Alright, turn food back on. Eat them up. So again, I could be sending out worker ants to help with the gathering, but I prefer to do it with my soldiers because that way they can survive fights they get into. I don't have to protect workers. This guy picked the wrong fight. Ah, squish. Did not last long. Alright, let's gather some of this.
The workers have done all they can to improve these food stores.
For now.
Oh, goodness. How far along am I in this book?
Yes.
Oh, I'm still reading my birthday book, These Fists Break Bricks. I'm up to page 230 now, so 100 to go. You've now moved, at this point, moved into the 80s.
Enjoying?
Oh, yeah. I've liked it a lot. I mean, some stuff I knew, others like little minutia that's fun to learn about.
Good stuff.
Section on Chuck Norris was interesting. It said how he did so well, and they said, "Oh, yeah, did well because he was white." I said, "I mean, let's face it. He in that way they feel it's fake. You know, he was.
But this is a
He looked like if your
milestone moment for the
dad
colony.
could
They
kick
cannot
butt."
be bullied by sheer size alone.
Oh, hey,
The tide
like
is
Lance
coming in.
killed one of the big tiger
Soon the
beetles
lower
while I
levels
wasn't
of the
watching.
beach will be flooded.
Oh,
Any ants caught in the
Good
surge
job,
While I was
boys.
buying upgrades. Good job, guys. I am getting stronger. I have killed a big boy.
I'm a big kid now.
And there's two of them over here. I don't know if I want to fight two at once.
I think that's Tom from fucking pull-ups ad. I'm a big kid now.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
For pull-up training pants.
The water is rising quickly. The ants must head for higher ground.
Let's grab this food while we can.
Yep. Food. Oh, and glorious food.
I am a fan. Now I just have to figure out my balance I want between buying more ants and making them stronger versus keeping food reserves so that I can replace fallen ants. How happy am I with my current army? Actually pretty happy, honestly. You know what? They can have that piece of food. Let's go back to the underground.
There are intruders in the nest.
Devil's coach horse.
The tide has almost reached its highest point. The sands east of the nest are about to be completely flooded.
I wonder why a beetle got named after a horse. People are strange. Alright, and that's all the underground food claimed.
The tide is in, and soon night will fall. As the temperature drops outside,
Question is,
nocturnal creatures begin to awaken.
do we
It will
fuck
be wise
around?
for the roofer colony to stay underground and hope that their nest remains hidden until the morning.
Do we do what that guy just said? Or do we fuck around with some outdoor battles? I think I'll stay inside. I think I've grown sufficiently. You know what, though? Let's... expand this a teeny bit. Oh,
A wolf spider has
the
found
zoomies have
nest.
arrived.
The ants must protect the queen.
Oh, my guys aren't busy now, so you get to get squished real quick. Yeah, I'll keep the rest of my food for troop replacement. You know what? Let's just form up over here, like we did during the challenge back in the Formicarium. And anything that steps in here is just gonna run into a giant wall of fuck you. You step into this door, you got 50 angry ants in your face immediately. Get wrecked. You'll have to have a ward with a dolmen. All 50 of them. 53, actually. But who's counting? Me, that's who. Let's dig this stuff out just for fun. Give my workers something to do.
More hermit crabs have found the nest.
Have found their doom. They're giving me more food than they're costing me, that's for sure. What's up there, Blast? You're making noises.
Oh, just some of these guys who go in like, it's just a joke, pranksters. And the guy is spraying a guy with his tank all the time. Oh, I didn't see you, while he's still spraying him. It's like, how do these guys, how have you not heard of one of these guys just straight up having their head stomped in?
I bet some of them have.
Yeah. I mean, you hear some of them like getting like kicked out of places or thing, but no. Somebody, I'm surprised, has just not gotten beat to a bloody pulp. Well, no, we heard of one of these guys actually got shot, and then tried to, have the guy that shot him arrested. It's like, you were constantly haranguing this guy, and apparently the guy was already, I don't know, like I said, keep doing this, you're going to run into the guy who's got a gun, he's going to shoot you. And then at the guy at the hospital, and the guy's publicist is trying to cover this guy, and he's still making faces like an idiot, mugging for the camera, said, hey, I'm going to do more. It's like, one of you is going to die one of these days, and still you're going to learn.
Has found the colony. This one is a mother.
The rest of you are still not going to learn.
Hatched brood have followed her.
Like, oh, that wouldn't happen to me. They wouldn't dare. It's like,
an overwhelming
that's what he thought, too.
You would definitely dare. They think they're tough guys, you know?
I don't know. Ooh.
Having this little hatchery down here so just neatly surrounded by a little bit of dirt, 1 hex thick, and everything else gone, just makes it feel even more like Dungeon Keeper. Alright, who wants a piece next?
As the ants grow in number, the local predators pose less and less of a danger. Eventually, they will be displaced from this area entirely.
I'm the predator now.
Of the beach, it seems
getting
this
some problem with the sound from there
to
now.
establish her colony here has ultimately secured her success.
Okay, you hearing me all right?
Yeah?
And I'm hearing you, but I'm not hearing the game.
Oh,
well
weird.
enough.
End level. Free Willis. Full unharvested sardine to the ocean. It wasn't fully unharvested. It just wasn't fully harvested. Like, I got some of it.
Yeah.
Not all of it.
How is the colony progressing?
The Queen is exhibiting interesting new behaviors. I believe the colony is beginning to adapt.
You always say that. Let's see. Corrosive or high pressure? Let's go with high pressure. More upfront damage. I can't afford the other thing. Okay. Well, let's gather up this food and then I'm gonna raid somebody.
Okay, this is what I'm posting on Kai memes.
Mm-hmm.
Think she'll like it.
Another nice thing with upgrading these guys is once you've reached level 3 of the upgrades, they get some sort of special addition to them. So my mortar firing acid ants get an AoE splash on their thing at level 3. What do black ants get at level 3? Gains attack speed at level 3. Okay. The leafcutter ant Atasalophates major is a large tank that draws the attention of nearby enemies. It doesn't say what it does at level 3 because I don't have it available. But yeah, there's actually 3 different levels of leafcutter ants you can get, or 3 different types, which are just different sizes, really.
Yeah.
But the major is a very, very large ant that is an excellent tank. And basically walks over top of your other ants because he's so huge. He and your smaller ants don't get in the way of each other because he's just steps over top of you like a battle mech. He's basically a battle mech ant, almost. It's crazy. It's so big. Yeah, if people found this to be of interest, we can continue it next week. Yeah, keep in mind we have the one-off stream on Friday night at 7. That we do not always have, but we will this time. Alright, let us save our Formicarium and quit to desktop. It is time to see who we can raid.